Are you tired of weeds taking over your garden no matter how much you pull them out? I know the feeling. But what if I told you there's a simple trick to get rid of them for good, without spending hours on back-breaking labor? Welcome to Don't Do This Guide. If you love practical gardening tips that actually work, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out. In this video, I'm going to share a secret weapon that will change the way you think about weeding forever. Stay tuned because this might just change your gardening game forever. Weeds. They're the uninvited guests at every garden party, the persistent intruders in our tranquil green havens. But why are they so darn persistent? What makes them so resilient? Well, you see, weeds are the ultimate survivors. They have an incredible knack for thriving where other plants fail. They've evolved over millennia to withstand the harshest conditions, adapting to various climates and environments. They've developed an uncanny ability to thrive in poor soils, to withstand drought, and even to flourish in extreme temperatures. And let's not forget their astonishing reproductive capabilities. Weeds can produce thousands of seeds in a single season. One of the key reasons weeds are so adept at making a comeback is their ability to regrow from even the smallest root fragments. It's truly remarkable. It's like the plant equivalent of a hydra cut off one head and two more grow back. This makes them incredibly hard to eradicate. You might think you've pulled out the entire weed, but leave even a tiny piece of root behind, and it will stubbornly sprout anew. It's a constant battle. Take ground elder, for instance. This plant is notorious for its persistence. It spreads through underground rhizomes, a network of tenacious roots that creep through the soil, making it difficult to control. Try to pull it up, and you're likely to snap the stem, leaving the rhizomes intact and ready to send up new shoots. It's a frustrating cycle. Or consider dandelions with their long tap roots that burrow deep into the earth. These roots are like hidden treasures of resilience. These tap roots act as nutrient reserves, allowing the dandelion to regenerate even if the top growth is completely removed. It's a survival strategy that works. So you see, the reason weeds keep coming back is not that you're doing something wrong, but that they're incredibly well equipped to survive. Their resilience is a testament to nature's ingenuity. Now, before I reveal my secret weapon for banishing weeds forever, let's talk about some common weeding mistakes people often make. These mistakes, though often made with the best intentions, can actually exacerbate the problem. These mistakes, while well-intentioned, can actually make the problem worse in the long run. It's crucial to understand why these errors occur and how to avoid them. One of the most common mistakes is pulling weeds without ensuring you've removed the entire root system. This is a fundamental error that many gardeners make. As we discussed earlier, even a tiny fragment of root can be enough for the weed to regenerate. This means that your efforts might be in vain if you don't get the whole root. It's like trying to get rid of a persistent cough by simply clearing your throat. You might get temporary relief, but the underlying issue remains. The weed will just come back. Another common mistake is relying solely on ineffective herbicides. Many gardeners think that herbicides are a quick fix, but that's not always the case. While herbicides can be useful in certain situations, many are non-selective, meaning they kill any plant they come into contact with, not just the weeds. This can be detrimental to your garden. This can harm your desired plants and disrupt the delicate balance of your garden ecosystem. It's important to choose the right herbicide and use it correctly. And then there's the mistake of not addressing the underlying soil conditions that allow weeds to thrive in the first place. Healthy soil is the foundation of a weed-free garden. Weeds love compacted, nutrient-depleted soil. If your soil is in poor condition, weeds will find it an inviting place to grow. If you don't improve the soil structure and fertility, you're essentially rolling out the red carpet for weeds to move in. Regularly amending your soil can make a big difference. Some gardeners resort to tilling or digging their soil excessively, believing it will disrupt weed growth. However, this can actually backfire and create more problems. Tilling can bring dormant weed seeds to the surface, giving them the perfect opportunity to germinate and spread. It's like inadvertently planting a whole new crop of weeds. This can be very frustrating for gardeners who are trying to keep their gardens weed-free. Another common error is ignoring the importance of timing. Timing is crucial when it comes to effective weeding. Weeding is most effective when done before weeds have a chance to set seed. Catching them early can save you a lot of trouble later on. Once those seeds are scattered, you're fighting a losing battle. It's much harder to control weeds once they've had a chance to spread their seeds. Now for the moment you've all been waiting for, the secret weapon to banish weeds forever. And the best part is, it's probably something you already have lying around your house. Cardboard. Yes, you heard that right. Ordinary cardboard, the kind you find in boxes, can be a gardener's best friend when it comes to weed control. It's inexpensive, readily available, and incredibly effective. But how does it work, you ask? Well, cardboard acts as a physical barrier, blocking sunlight from reaching the weeds below. Without sunlight, weeds can't photosynthesize, and without photosynthesis, they simply can't survive. But cardboard does more than just smother weeds. As it breaks down, it also improves the soil structure. Using cardboard for weed control is like tucking your garden in for a long, restful sleep. Now that you know the secret, let's talk about how to use cardboard effectively in your garden. This method is not only eco-friendly, but also incredibly efficient. It's a simple process, but there are a few key steps to ensure success. Following these steps will help you maximize the benefits of using cardboard. First, you'll need to gather your materials. Make sure you have enough cardboard to cover the entire area you plan to treat. You'll need enough cardboard to cover the area you want to weed, making sure to overlap the pieces by a few inches to prevent any gaps. This overlapping is crucial to block out light and stop weeds from growing. It's also important to remove any plastic tape or staples from the cardboard, as these won't break down and can be harmful to the environment. This step ensures that your garden remains as eco-friendly as possible. Next, prepare the area where you'll be laying the cardboard. Clear away any large debris or obstacles that might interfere with the process. You don't need to remove existing weeds, but it's a good idea to mow or cut them down to a manageable height. This makes it easier to lay the cardboard flat. This will help the cardboard to lie flat and make the process more efficient. A flat surface ensures better coverage and weed suppression. Now, lay down the cardboard, making sure to overlap the pieces as mentioned earlier. This overlapping technique is key to creating an effective barrier. If you're working around existing plants, be careful not to smother them with the cardboard. Leave some space around the base of each plant to allow for growth. Once the cardboard is in place, water it thoroughly. This step is essential for helping the cardboard settle and adhere to the soil. This will help to soften it and ensure good contact with the soil. Proper contact is important for the cardboard to effectively block weeds. Finally, cover the cardboard with a layer of mulch. Mulch adds an extra layer of protection and helps retain moisture in the soil. And that's it. You've successfully created a weed-suppressing barrier that will last for months, if not years. Enjoy your low-maintenance, eco-friendly garden. Now that you've banished those pesky weeds with your secret weapon, let's talk about how to maintain a weed-free garden for the long haul. Because while cardboard is incredibly effective, it's not a one-time solution. The good news is, maintaining a weed-free garden is far less work than constantly battling against a weed invasion. One of the most important things you can do is to keep an eye out for any weeds that do manage to sneak through. Regularly inspect your garden, and pull out any weeds you find while they're still small and manageable. This is much easier than trying to tackle a fully established weed with deep roots. Another essential aspect of maintaining a weed-free garden is to continue mulching. Over time, your mulch will decompose, adding valuable nutrients to the soil. But it will also become thinner, allowing sunlight to reach the soil and potentially trigger weed growth. Replenish your mulch layer regularly, especially in spring and autumn. This will help to suppress weeds, retain soil moisture, and regulate soil temperature. And finally, remember that a healthy garden is a weed-resistant garden. Now for a bonus tip to help you win the long game against weeds. It's about playing chess, not checkers. Thinking ahead and employing strategies that provide long-term weed suppression. One such strategy is crop rotation. This age-old practice involves changing the types of plants you grow in a particular area each year. Different plants have different root systems and nutrient requirements, which can disrupt weed cycles. For instance, planting deep-rooted crops like carrots or parsnips can help to break up compacted soil, making it less hospitable to certain weeds. Similarly, planting nitrogen-fixing legumes like beans or peas can help to replenish soil fertility, reducing the need for synthetic fertilizers that can sometimes favor weed growth. Another long-term strategy is to use ground cover plants. These are low-growing, spreading plants that effectively choke out weeds by competing for sunlight, water, and nutrients. Think of ground cover plants as a living mulch. Some excellent ground cover plants for weed control include creeping thyme, ajuga, and lamium. Remember, gardening is a journey, not a destination. There you have it! With this trick, you can finally say goodbye to those stubborn weeds and enjoy a healthier, thriving garden. By understanding the life cycle of weeds and employing simple yet effective strategies like using cardboard, you can create a garden where your desired plants flourish. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more smart gardening tips. Until next time, happy gardening. See you in the next video.